Alright, got Mike here, and he just picked up a whole case of these bulbs. What's that, searchlight or something, Mike?
Can you see it? It says searchlight.
Oh yeah, no we can't see it really. Oh yeah, okay.
2,500 watts at 27 volts.
Wow. Did you say 2,500 watts?
2,500 watts, yep.
Oh, so what he's going to do anyway, he's got a case of them here, and we have a welder here, and even this welder here, special welder, there's only 6 of them made. What's so special about this? This is another Mike. Say hi, Mike. Hey, I'm not going to make you a star yet. What's so special about this welder?
It's built by Caterpillar, first one of 6 built in 1955.
Wow.
We're going to test those lamps at idle because there would be too many volts if I brought it up to welding.
Right. How many volts is coming out of it anyway?
He measured about 29 or 30 volts right now.
All right.
Normally it's 40 volts when you're up to speed.
Right. Oh, here it is. All right, Mike, we're ready when you are.
All right.
I better stand back in case that explodes.
Is that it? Well, is it okay to use that switch for load? Yeah. I'd rather just touch it like that. Okay, turn it on? Yeah. Number 1, right? Number 1. Okay, it's on.
There it goes, they lighten up.
You know what? I think the voltage drop's pretty good. Let me grab my meter.
Alright, Mike's gonna get his meter.
Set this down on the table. You can read this. Yeah.
I'll hold that if you need.
There. Now? Yeah. So open circuit, we're at 29.2. Now when I put a load on it, we dropped to 5 volts, 6 volts. So right now, Mike, can you rev it up incrementally, or is it just idle and wide open?
I can go a little bit at a time.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that then. That's perfect. So this one's connected.
Okay, you hold it, you check it with this, and I'll increase it.
Yeah, you idle her up.
Alright, he's gonna rev it up now.
12 volts.
12 volts. 15, 16. 21 volts. 24 volts. 25 volts.
That's pretty bright, huh?
It is. I gotta look at it through this camera. I can't look right at it.
Man.
Wow. What you hit it at? Stop at 25?
About 25 volts, yeah.
And they're rated what, 32?
27.
27.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, it doesn't look that bright now, Mike. But at night, I made out like this whole area.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Very cool.
I see my shadow.
Go back on there, Mike.
What's that?
Give us another reading. 26 volts. Let's pull out 100, use the 25.
You're at 26.6 right now.
That's almost 100, 95.
Grab it.
95 amps.
26.7.
2536.
We're overclocking it.
Yeah,
We're overclocking it.
Yeah, 95.6. Exactly what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I got another voltmeter built out. that didn't look too impressive during the day, but we're gonna wait till about 9 o'clock at night and try that again. That gets pretty bright. All right, well, we'll see you guys when we come back with that. Well, we got this coming down the road. It's like an International Harvester, old International maybe. Hope he's not turning here. Got a Cummins diesel in it. Alright, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys when it gets dark. It's Friday and a lot of people going home and stuff, but me and Mike are staying here. And the sun is going down over there, so they're gonna light that bulb at the. Mike's got a box of these 2,500 watt bulbs, and I'm gonna ask him to explain them to you a little better before we light it. I think we got about an hour before it's really dark.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask him.
That's cool. That's
Here he is now. Yeah, he's already ready. Give me a little lowdown. Matter of fact, pull one of them lights out, Mike, so we can see it. Okay. They're pretty unique. And one thing that impressed me is they actually have some kind of sand in there. It's called carborundum or something.
So General Electric here.
Yeah.
Let's take one of them out.
They all come with a warning instruction manual, and Michael, he'll read some of the highlights. It's pretty cool.
So here's the bulb.
Read exactly what it says, Mike.
So on the top, it's labeled as a searchlight. Can you see that at all?
I don't think so. It's the angle. Plus, it's it's a
glass,
clear bulb. Yeah. Okay,
so it says
anyway.
it's General Electric searchlight, 2,500 watt, 27 volt. So
Look how I don't know. You guys can't tell how thick that filament is, but it's.
The filament is like probably an 18 gauge piece of wire, and it's a solid. It's a solid little piece of wire. You know how most light bulb filaments are a coil within a coil, where this is a solid coil. It's like a spring. So it's pretty heavy. And you got that, and then you got just a 2-pin, about 3/8 diameter pins for the base that would insert. So, and you see that?
You see the grit in the bottom? It's like sand, a little pile of sand.
You hear it in there?
Yeah. Like I said, they call it carborundum, and I don't know if some of you guys have seen sandpaper. There's sandpaper that has carborundum on it. So Mike will tell you exactly what that does.
Right. So after normal use of the bulb, a certain amount of matter is released from the filament wire. I don't know what exactly it is, if it's tungsten or carbon. I think it's tungsten. Is released from the filament, and it's deposited on the inside of the glass bulb.
Something similar to a soot, but it's not a soot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So pretty much after such time that the soot becomes so dark that it affects the performance of the lamp, you take the lamp out of its socket and you swirl this grit around, this carborundum, and you clean the tungsten off of the inside of the envelope here. So, but yeah, that's the bulb.
And you turn it straight up and down, and it goes back into the.
It kind of falls down in there. I think, it says specifically, use a gentle swirling motion so you don't get any of it in the filament.
Right.
So, and then when you're done, you just kind of try to get it all in the one little pocket there in the base, and it's ready to run.
Here, like I say, here's the caution. Maybe Michael read some of the highlights there.
Let me set this down here. Yeah. It's so I bought 4 of them lamps, and we got 6 more. Another guy did. So the bulb will give its best performance when burned vertically, base down. But satisfactory results may be obtained at burning positions not exceeding 45 degrees, provided the tilt is in the direction of the filament plane faces. Tilt in any other direction may result in an unsatisfactory performance. So, socket should support the weight of the bulb. So, okay, here we go. This lamp contains an abrasive powder to be used for removing the black deposit from the bulb whenever the lamp has discolored from burning. So,
yeah, it's when you say searchlight, it's one of them things you look in the sky and you see them, At movie premieres and stuff?
Yeah, probably something like that.
I mean, they shoot way into the sky, like there's no end.
Yeah, and this is probably after the days of the arc lamp. Most of those in the early days, like you know, World War I, and shortly after that, were old style carbon arc lamps. This is later than that. I believe these are sometime in the 40s when these are built. There's a date code on the box there. I'm not sure how to decode that, but the seller told me that they're sometime in the 1940s. So they are an interesting thing, and we're gonna light 2 of them up tonight.
Okay. I don't mean to cut you short on the bulb, Mike, but give us a little explanation on what's actually going to charge this, because this in itself is pretty fascinating. Only Mike can explain it to me, because I looked at it, you know, and it's.
Well, what this is this is not mine. Of course,
Right.
It's a buddy of mine, but it is it's a rare welding machine built by Caterpillar, or sorry, I forget.
Lincoln.
Yeah, well, it's built by Caterpillar using a Caterpillar D13 315 engine and a twin Lincoln generator in it. And there's some literature for you. You want to get a shot of that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, they're extremely rare. There's only 6 of them out there, or 6 of them ever built. 2 of them are known. This is one of them. So.
And the funny thing is, the guy that owns this owns 2 of them. Number 1 and number 3. What's over here, Mike?
Okay. So, yeah, it's a D315 Caterpillar diesel engine. Got the engine, the injection pump, and the pony motor, the starting motor. It's a 2-cylinder opposed to gasoline engine, and that's how you start the main engine. You start the little engine, wrap a rope around it, pull the rope, and start the pony. So
That's pretty interesting. Maybe I'll try and catch them when they start it.
yeah, it's a pretty neat procedure.
That's pretty cool.
To see.
And the guy actually restored this. This is in 1955, and he actually built these fenders, aluminum fenders, and he put mags on it, and a frame he built. So he did a nice job. But anyway, it should be interesting when they light this bulb up.
Yeah.
Tell me another thing, Mike. About that bulb is only how many
27 volts.
volts?
Is what
27
it's rated
volts.
at.
Yeah.
So it's a low voltage bulb, which is, it just so happens that we had this
machine
rated
here, which
motor
is
here.
probably the only thing that could have done this.
Right, yeah. Obviously, you need a low voltage, high current source to operate that, and that is what a welder is.
Huh.
So what we're gonna do to operate the bulb is we're gonna set the current limit. So we calculated the current requirement of the bulb to be about 100 amps. So we're gonna dial the maximum current back to a little over 100, so we don't risk burning the bulb out. Then we're gonna idle the engine to get the voltage down. Now the load voltage, the load like working voltage of this machine is 40 to 60 volts, which is way too high for our bulb. So we're gonna dial that current limit down, idle the engine, connect the bulb. Then we're gonna increase the engine speed until the loaded voltage is about 26 or 27 volts. And yeah, well, light up the showground.
So that's just a little bit so you guys all understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be this thing is so loud, you're not going to hear me talk or anything. So at least you'll have an idea what's going on.
And we got some welding leads and jumper cables to connect to our bulbs, since we don't have a proper space for them.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So we'll show you. Like I said, we got about an hour before it gets dark.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It will. Something to do.
All right.
Alright, that's not Mike's generator, that's somebody else's. That's Mike's Woody there, and this is his Bessemer. Mike is with his other buddy here, Ike and Mike. And they got there 2, that's 2,500 watts, and that's 2,500 watt searchlights. And we're just waiting for it to get a little bit darker. And they're just figuring out what they're going to do. Alright, we just gotta wait.
Right.
I don't know what it's at.
Yeah.
We're actually using the throttle.
Well, we'll see. We might not have to use it, depending upon what this is. Large electrode, normal welding, overhead.
A little bit cloudy tonight.
This is all lower voltage.
Is it?
Alright, we just turned the gas on. Now we gotta come around here and let's see what we're doing. I said turn the gas on. You guys are thinking, well, it's a diesel, don't have gas, but that's the pony motor. We turned the gas on the pony motor. putting with the crank. Let me go over here so I can get hit in the face with that rope.
Well, open circuit was like
Reaching in there, he's wrapping around the pony motor.
but it drops down.
It is 1955, don't forget.
So what we're gonna do is use this light. I'm gonna
Put the light on maybe. I don't know how much more you can see. There you go.
Got to close the petcock.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, you forgot to close the petcock on the other side.
Clear.
Wow.
All right, we'll turn our heads.
crack and it blew out. they finished playing with the bulb in the machine here, and Mike's over here.
Yep.
I'm going to try to shine the light in his face, so I'm going to shine it on the machine. We got any more light for the machine? What'd you determine, Mike, with the machine and the bulb?
Well, we experimented a little bit, and in order for Mike to display this easily, we wanted to know how accurate the current limiting was. So if we were to set the current adjust rheostat to, say, 90 amps, when the bulb requires 100 amps, would it limit it to 90?
Right.
And could he go right to full throttle without worrying about overclocking the bulb and blowing it out? And it worked surprisingly well. We setting the dial to 90 amps, we got about 95, 96 amps. So there's only about a 5 or so amp margin of error on this dial.
That's pretty good.
And really, what we don't want to drive the bulbs at full throttle or at full power. There's no reason to do that.
No.
You know, you're not going to notice the difference between 2,200 watts and 2,500 watts, but it'll help with the longevity of the bulb. So what we did, we with one lamp, we set it to 90 amps. Mike went from an idle to full throttle on the engine, and we were only drawing 95 amps, so that's good. So then we idled it back down, brought the current up to 180 amps, so we doubled the current limit, put a second bulb on, and then Mike again went from idle to full throttle, and we were limited to 175 amps when set at 180. So that's well within the margin of error for a machine from 1955, and it's going to give him a good display, a good load on the machine, and plenty of light.
Right. And getting back to that bulb, that one bulb was faulty, right? We don't know how old these bulbs are.
Sometime in the 40s, probably 44 or 45.
Right.
Yeah.
So that the base might have had, they seem to have like a rubber seal on them or something.
Well, yeah, when they pulled the vacuum on them, and they crimped the little tab on the end to seal it, so that could have leaked one of the pins.
So it had nothing to do with the machine. It was the bulb.
No, we were nowhere near the limit of the bulb.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, that was fun. And we get to learn about the machine plus the bulb. So what do you say, buddy? Enough of this?
Enough of this.
All right. See you guys later.